it is finally time to start the Zombies Master Challenge. Like I said before, I have been practicing really hard for this over the past almost year now. I just hope to make it as far as I can. Hope to raise as much money possible for the Celeste Community Challenge. We're just going to do our best, man. But I'm going to go hard and just super try hard all month long to see how far I can go. And our first map, of course, is Nacht, der Untoten, the very first Zombies map on World at War. I played the PS3 version growing up. We're playing the PC version because it was actually cheaper to buy the PC version and all the DLC than to buy just the DLC on the PS3 version, because Activision are greedy monsters that make all of their DLC full price, even for games that came out in 2008. So we're playing the PC version, and Nacht is a absolute classic map. A lot of people that know anything about, if you know anything about zombies, you probably played Nacht. So a lot of people, like, that's their only zombies experience is Nacht. Absolutely awesome map, just the absolute classic. And of course, because it's the first map, it does not have any crazy Easter eggs, but it does actually have an Easter egg, sort of, with the ray gun. You can get the ray gun in the mystery box. It's the very first wonder weapon of the whole series. It's iconic because it's in pretty much every other game throughout the whole series. It's the most used wonder weapon in the whole series. And there's actually an Easter egg in the main game where you can get the ray gun. One of my first ever videos I ever uploaded to my channel was me showing how to get the ray gun in the campaign. So it is like an Easter egg in the campaign. So it is kind of an Easter egg in the zombies map too. So our only goal is just going to be to get the ray gun. Funnily enough, this is harder than it sounds because the ray gun's kind of a jerk and sometimes just decides not to show up. On my practice run of this, I actually had to reset because the ray gun just was not showing up. So there's a chance we actually fail the very first map if the ray gun just decides to be a jerk. So we'll see how it goes. But with that, man, it's time to start. I need a moment, because this is the start of an entire month-long journey and something I practiced for a while. So deep breath. Right when I did that, the scary music played. Let's do it. It is time. I don't know how to get this cursor out. In the classic intro video. Back when there was no story. Basically, the idea was just like, back in World War, the Germans were doing some crazy experiments. Oh man, look at that. The classic. How does it look, by the way? I've not tried capturing it yet, but it looks pretty good on my end. Are you a bad enough dude to fight the zombies and save the president? Oh my god, I knew I had high sensitivity, but holy moly, that might be too high. Wait. Oh, duh. Just turn that down a little bit. So, the very first zombies map, which funnily enough is still pretty, like, mysterious. Oh god, What is my... Where is knife? Dude, I swear I changed the controls before. Mitt. Oh no. Oh no, it does not like the... I think it's the PS5 controller is the problem. It wants right click and melee to be the same. Can I make this like... No, I can't reload. Can I make this this? Oh, that's gonna be weird. I guess circle is knife now. That's freaking weird. So anyways, can I rebuild barriers? Oh god, it's triangle? Oh, this is yikes. This is super yikes. So, even back when we first played this map, also I see those incredible donations. Thank you so much, Seraphic and Crotaldo. I'll pop those up in a second. Yo, Snipes! Dude, I called you out. I called you out in the video. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go get up to speed. So, even back when we played this as kids in middle school, there was a certain mystique to this mode. They kind of just randomly dropped this in the game and didn't really say much about it. Just like, hey, this is going to be another fun mode. And people just really latched onto it. And with like the Easter egg of the ray gun as well, it just had this kind of mystique to it. I believe this map also has a secret song. I don't remember if it was in the original or it was added in the PC version, or if it's only... There you go. Welcome to Zombies. Or if it was in... If it was added in the remasters of the map. But there is a song for shooting all of the explosive barrels outside the map. Which is cool. But none of us knew about that as kids. I can refresh the widget. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll do that real quick. There we go. Thank you, Mavic. Just looked kind of weird with the sense being like one number. Oh god, the lag. We good now? Full screen's kind of wonky. So as you can see, in this original World at War game, 2 hits and you're dead. So you have to stay away from the zombies. And that will be a... If you've never played zombies before, you'll kind of realize that that is a staple of the series. Later they put in a lot more safety measures, but in these original games there was no safety measure. You die, that's it. Restart. You could be an hour into an Easter egg and suddenly it's over. And that kind of added to the mystique of the game as well. You know, it could all just be over in a second, and especially when you're playing with friends and stuff, it can snowball out of control. This is pretty much... This map is really memorable because this was still back in the time where we actually tried to keep all the zombies outside of the map. In pretty much every zombies map after this, you let the zombies get in the map and kill them. But in this map, we were always trying to keep the zombies out of the windows. As soon as a zombie got in the map, we were like, oh god, we're all dead. Because back then we didn't really know how to play. So the idea was you would stake people on each window. So you'd have someone on this window, someone on that window, someone on that window, and everyone would just kind of protect their windows and try to keep all the zombies out. It's such a different way of playing zombies because that's not at all how it works anymore. So it's just kind of funny to think back at those times because you see modern zombies and you can't even repair the windows anymore. Like, the windows are not part of the gameplay at all. But back then, it was all about these windows. Keep the windows barred. Like, you'd be calling out to your friends, get that window. but it's like not even close to that anymore, so it's just kind of cool to think about. On solo, you're kind of stuck anyways, not being able to keep them out. Yeah, this gun's great. But yeah, just interesting to think back on that. Yeah, now it's all about like getting a loop. How do I switch gun? Oh god, dude, this is yikes. These controls are yikes. Hold on, actually, maybe I'll do switch weapon as this, and then use can be this. Or no, wait. That can be melee attack. Wheel up. What is going on? Where do they have my controller stuff at? That is wild. I think it's because I used the PS4 controller when I did this before. And now I'm using the PS5 controller. And it's just all confused. What am I looking for? Interact. Interact can be this. Okay. So now... Alright. Yeah, I'm alright with that. I can deal with this. Oh, Snipes is so ready. Yeah, so, and also, I want to be like... I want this to be really obvious. Feel free to ask any questions you want. I know a lot of people here are not familiar with the zombies mode, and, like, no question is a dumb question. So feel free to ask, like, any questions you have. So... The way it works is every round the zombies get faster and tougher. Okay, if you circle. If you have more people, the zombies are also slightly harder. But none of the modes in any of the games were really balanced for solo play much. So the zombies tend to be pretty tough on solo. Like, you're not really expected to get too far on solo. Some of the, like, real later games, it's a bit better. God, I don't know how to crouch. I don't think I have a crouch. But yeah, they are slightly weaker on solo usually. And if you have three players versus 4 players, you'll get more zombies and tougher zombies. Although I think in this original game, I believe the amount of zombies is capped at a certain number regardless of players, if I remember correctly. So you get cash for killing zombies. You also get cash for shooting zombies in these earlier games. So every bullet I put into a zombie is 10 points, as you see. And then a kill is 60, and then a headshot is 100. That's why I'm going for headshots mostly, because it's more points. This is a little scary. The big thing about zombies is learning how to train zombies. Like I said, as kids, if this happened, we were dead. We had no idea how to control zombies, so we were just dead if the zombies got in. But nowadays, you know, you learn how to train zombies, you can get out of most every situation. Oh god, what is my melee button again? Okay. I was looking to see if there's any more barrels to shoot, because I'm actually kind of curious if it works on this version. I don't think it does, but... Actually, I don't know. It's the PC version. It might. I think I got them all. Except that one. Okay. Now we can go upstairs. And you use points to buy guns and also doors to open up the map. One absolutely classic strat that you'll hear a lot of people talk about is back in the day we used to sit in that corner and buy those grenades and just throw them. You get up to pretty high rounds just throwing grenades and buying them over and over again. Nowadays it'd be really silly to do a strat like that where you'd stay in a corner, but back then that was the strat we came up with. And another classic thing about this map is the help door, we used to call it. I think everyone had a different name for it. We used to call it the help door. It's the door down here. No, that's the round number. Because it says help on it. We used to yell at people not to buy this door so that we could stake out in the basement. But actually, it's better to open that door and train the zombies around in a circle. But back in the day, we didn't know any better. It's like, don't open the help door. Someone would open the help door. We'd be like, oh my god, he opened the help door. We're all screwed. This run is dead. Craig opened up the help door. It's all over for us. Well, it depends on your goal. So here's a mystery box, by the way. So everyone has a different goal playing zombie. There's different ways to play zombies. Some people high round, where they just try to get the highest round they can. And some people do Easter eggs, and some people do speed runs of high rounds, and some people do speed runs of Easter eggs. But usually the two big things that people do are high rounding and speed running, or high rounding and Easter egging. Back in the day, it was mostly just high rounding because there were no Easter eggs. So really, we would just band together to try to get to the highest round we could, and just see how high we could get that number to go. So you'll see now it's going to go to 5. And yeah, no, there's no way to win back in the old days. Nowadays, there actually usually is, and we'll talk about that later, but for now, it's just endless. Get as far as you can with your friends. You would just jump in and see how far you could go. I think... Did I get all the barrels? I think I might have gotten all the barrels, so... Might not be a thing in this version. There are some really sneaky ones, though. Zayden, thank you so much, my man, for the 20 gifted subs. Holy moly. Thank you so much. That really helps out so much, dude. Thank you. Trying to think if there's anything else simple. This is a waste your points cabinet, so that's kind of cool. There's a sniper rifle in there, which is terrible. But, you know, first time you play the map, you're like, oh man, I wonder what's in that cabinet. It must be something really good. And then you spend the money to open the cabinet, and then you still have to buy the gun inside, and the gun inside sucks. The scam cabinet. These controls feel so weird. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. Yo, thanks, Vander. So we're starting to get a little crowded in here already. It's only round 5. We're going to push the round to at least, I think 7 is the magic number. Somebody found out a long time ago that for some weird reason, once you get up to round, I think 7, the ray gun has a slightly better chance of showing up in the mystery box. That was like a urban legend for the longest time, and then someone found out that it's actually a thing. There were a ton of urban legends when it came to this map. But that one ended up actually being true, I think. Or at least true enough to where enough people believed it that they put it on the wiki, but it could still be false. But I can't remember if it's like round 7 or 10. It's one of the higher rounds. Well, that's funny calling 7 high, but I guess on this map it kind of is. I am going to hit the mystery box once, though, just to replace my pistol, see what we get. So this is the mystery box. It is a staple of zombies. Just gives you a random gun that exists on the map, and a bunch of guns that don't exist on the map. And the mystery box is the only way to get the very first wonder weapon of the series, the ray gun. Like I said, the campaign actually has a Easter egg for getting the ray gun. And so they put it in the zombies map as well. And it would end up becoming a huge staple of the zombies games. It's the most used and recognized wonder weapon of the series. How's it going, Nate? I am feeling amazing. There's nothing like... Honestly, this is the best time of my life. When Hollow Month time, when everyone gets so excited for it and everyone's here, and like it's just so amazing that everyone is here for Hollow Month. I couldn't be happier to see all my friends here excited and ready for Hollow Month. I can't even describe to you guys how much it means to me that you're here. I could, but we'd get all sappy. And we're supposed to be killing zombies. You saw the ray gun in there. I did not get it. I got the flamethrower, though. Excellent. This is a gun that didn't really ever make its return, but the flamethrower was kind of a staple of World War I. They used it a bunch in the campaign, so they threw it in the zombies map. It's kind of awkward to use in zombies, but it can be good. Especially because it has infinite ammo. Which a big thing with this map is running out of ammo, so... a lot of the staples that makes zombies kind of like replayable and not this game mode that just kind of dies once you get to round 10 is the perks and the pack-a-punch machine, both of which did not exist yet. So all we have is just our guns. And we just gotta do our best with what we got. As you can see, the flamethrower is not doing the job for us. We're gonna train these zombies as best we can to try to survive here. It's already getting pretty hairy. This trench gun is not doing it. So I'm going to train the zombies in this direction so I can make a gap to get around this way. That's something that I would have never done as a kid. I would have just run and died. Like, well, the zombies are in. This run is over. Alright, so we're going to leave one zombie and we're going to hit the box a couple times. See what we get. Oh, there's another one. There it is. Hold on. Oh, it didn't change my settings. That's weird. It's supposed to be... How do I save these settings? There's no, like... I think my... I think my live split is glitched. It won't let me save the setting. Whatever. I'll just remember. Alright, so yeah, we got lucky. What a great start. We got lucky. We got the ray gun pretty early. Here it is. So this gun was pretty goofy back when we first got it. So this was the very first, like, this is the very first inkling of there's more to this mode than just killing zombies. Like, it's got this kind of sci-fi mystique to it. And, like, the general story that we understood back then was just that, you know, the Germans were doing some crazy experiments back in World War, and there's like those rumors of them trying to bring people back to life with electricity and all that. And so they took that kind of mystique of that time period and turned it into this mode, which is why I think that it really resonated with a lot of people, because it has this historic background to it. Obviously, the Germans weren't creating ray guns, but it's something where it's like, you kind of understand where it comes from, that kind of scary time when we didn't know what kind of crazy experiments the Germans were doing, and we were trying to, you know, trying to figure out what they were doing and prepare for the worst and all that, and just the whole worry of what kind of crazy, what experiments would lead to and stuff. And so this is just kind of that alternate reality where the Germans actually did create zombies and did create crazy things with their experiments. And that's really all the story was, but it was enough to kind of entice people into this idea of like this alternate reality World War One. So I think that really helped the mode get really popular as well, was just that kind of idea of the story being really open-ended, but also interesting. But yeah, this is it. Nothing else to do on this map. We can move on to Verrückt. The ray gun is pretty good, but it also hurts you. And in this map, there's no perks, so if you do that, you're dead. So you can see how brutal this first map is. You can be on here for hours and then accidentally shoot the wall with the ray gun and you're gone. But there you go. There's the first Zombies map. A great introduction to the Master Challenge, the very first map.